What's up, everyone? Welcome.
We're back.
We are back. And it's been such a crazy summer, end of summer. We are September, baby. And it's September, what is it called this month? September on
Twitch.
What's up, noises? What up, baby?
What up, dude?
It's been a crazy summer, and I'll tell you, we had some awesome peeps here on the podcast. Noises was one of them this year. Amazing bass player. Shout out to Noises. So if you guys been on the podcast, command and your name, and all the links pop up, and that stays there. That stays there. You guys will always have all your socials on this channel on command. So yeah. Oh, I think it's your name. it's like I do the same. I do the same type.
Command.
Of
yeah, command.
And then and then noises.
Command noises.
Yeah. So that's what's cool. And it's been really fun. We've had Noises, we've had Ray Martini, we've had Relax Sanders, we've had Mike Shreds. Who else? We've had so many amazing people here.
We had a lot of people this month or this year.
This summer has been really popping with a lot of amazing musicians here on Twitch. And then today we're gonna have a multi-instrumental musician that we're gonna showcase. I'm excited because he's a drummer. Yes, drummer. I had to bring back the drummers. You know my love for drummers, drum fam.
He's like the perfect blend into like from guitars to drums because he also plays guitar and he plays drums. So he's like the best of both worlds.
And he sings too.
He's tying it all together for us here.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's a homie. Yes, he's a sweetie, and he's awesome. He's a badass. Oliver, what's up, Oliver? Thanks for coming in. Yesterday you were in my IRL. We went down to Central Park yesterday, and we had a really good time.
Yeah, I got a lot of work ahead of me to making this vlog. It's a lot of good footage there.
Oh my God! So yeah, you'll see us roller skating at the Disco Oasis in Central Park. That's only gonna be there for another month. So if you guys are in the New York City area, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. A lot of lights, a lot of smokes. Literally, they have like fog machines at night.
Once the sun goes down, it gets really, really fun.
I gotta post more pictures tonight when I get a chance because there was a lot of footage.
Yeah, we gotta go through them.
It was great. Yeah, Oliver knows. We were taking a cab ride. We took a boat. We did a bunch of stuff yesterday.
We're on a boat.
We're on a boat. Yeah. So if you love those kind of things, this is the channel for you guys. I do everything from music podcasts to IRLs of the city, New York City, if you like New York City. Also a lot of different other kind of stuff like painting streams on Tuesdays, meditation on Mondays. So, I like to have my metal days, but I also incorporate meditation because I like to have a nice balance in my life. This month...
So we have a couple of announcements and news that we want to cover before we get Rooster up on here. So... We were told that, this month is the month of September, right? Starting September 1st. You can, as long as you're on the web, if you subscribe, you get a bit of a discount. So you get 20% off your first month sub, 25% off if you do 3 months, or 30% off for 6 months. Save you a little bit of money when you sub.
That's pretty cool. Best month, September. September babies. Virgo season right here. Roosters.
Web only.
Yeah, Rooster's birthday was this week.
Oh, yeah. We gotta sing him a happy birthday.
We gotta do the happy birthday song for him and embarrass him a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And
then we got TwitchCon. We're going to TwitchCon. I don't know if you guys know.
Got the tickets, honey.
We bought our tickets.
Yes.
And then we got our flight tickets.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then we're gonna be there. So we're gonna be putting up an itinerary of places we're gonna be for each day, where we're gonna go, and who we're gonna see. And if you're gonna be there, let us know so that we know, who we're gonna check out and hang out with.
We're gonna be hanging out with a lot of cool peeps. I think Ray Martini's going, Sunfire's going, Office Drummer. We're gonna meet him. We're gonna meet a lot of drummers. We're going to go to a drum meetup.
Yep. I'm going to vlog everything. She's going to stream here and there.
IRLs.
She'll show you some stuff. But make sure you're following her on Instagram, too, because a lot of her behind-the-scenes stuff is posted on there through her stories and posts. So
I'll be doing improv podcast questions on the street with different Twitch streamers. So you guys are going to be the ones telling me the questions to ask them. That's going to be fun in California. So I can't believe it's going to be in about a month, a little bit over a month. So,
and then we have our TwitchCon tees available. I don't have it set up so I can show you right now, but you can check it out by doing command merch to see YenYorkCity's TwitchCon tees. It's specifically for this year's TwitchCon, and it'll support us. And
it has everyone that's been on the podcast on the back. So it's like a concert t-shirt, if you can think of it, like where it has all the dates. Well, instead of the dates of the tour, it has everyone that's been on the podcast every year that we've been doing it for 3 years. So it's kind of really cool because people will be like, oh, well, you had that person and that person. Is like, yep, go check them out. Any of these people are people that you should go follow. So it kind of supports the stream and also everyone that's been on the stream because, that's how we get these things rolling and doing the setups and everything. So it's going to be fun.
And Yen's been doing a lot of painting streams lately. So that was fun.
And I'm going to have them available if you guys are interested in buying them. And, we could chat about that, too.
And then she's going to be doing some singing streams soon.
Yeah, because of the new single that's coming out before TwitchCon, which is another artist that I collabed with here on Twitch. He's a Twitch partner. He's a looper. He sings, plays everything, all the instruments you can think. He's like a freaking John Lennon of Twitch. He's amazing. He's from London. So Sky Museum. So if you guys want to go see that project or want to be involved in the Sky Museum album, we already have 4 songs. And there are a lot of collabs coming. So if you guys want to collab with each other, do instrumental songs, it's going to be awesome. So that's kind of like the thing that we're doing right now with Sky Museum. And Hotel Security is having another show.
Yeah, so this is going to be a crazy weekend. I'm drumming on 9/9, which is a Friday. Right? So I do my normal drum streams. And then, right afterwards, the next day, I have a show with my band, Hotel Security.
Up in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn, at Brooklyn Music Kitchen here in New York. I think we're going at 9. So if you're in the area, or you want to come in around like 8. Come in early. And if not, Yen's going to stream it if there's network. And then
come hang out.
Yeah, you check it out. And then right after that, right here on the YenYorkCity Podcast, we're going to do a 5-hour long
9/11 tribute.
9/11 tribute playing to 4 Dream Theater albums straight, nonstop by yours truly.
The Mike Portnoy of Twitch.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. I'm also dreading it because I'm going to be
his arms after drumming
dead
for
all
4
weekend.
albums straight. So, all right, we'll see. We'll see how he goes. But come here next week, same time, same place. 4 albums.
4 albums. It's going to be.
He did it to himself. He said he wanted to do it. So I'm like, hey, I can't stop the man that loves playing Dream Theater.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like, 4 songs because it's 4 albums?
Yeah, right? No.
You have long songs.
So it's Scenes from a Memory goes right into, what is that? 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence goes right into Train of Thought, and then it goes right into Octavarium, and then that's where we're ending it. We're going to talk for the rest of the night before I pass out.
Yeah, for real. And then the following week after that, we have the Taller Drummer. This way. Taller Drummer.
Taller Drummer's coming.
Such a nice guy, guys. You guys are going to love him. He's new to Twitch, so I like to help, the fellow musicians that are starting up. And he's so worth a follow. Go follow him. He's going to be on the following week after that. And we have so many awesome podcasts that are scheduled till October. So
many more to come.
We'll talk about the rest next week because there's a lot.
Yeah.
But we have the Man of the Hour. And he's awesome. You guys are going to love him. He's such a sweet guy, so talented, but yet so hardcore and such a rock star. So I want to see if he's ready for me. Rooster, are you ready for me?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's rock and roll.
Let's do this here on YenYorkCity Live. Let's go. Rooster!
I miss that every time. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing all right. I play drums for a band called Sons of Cain. our latest single. The song is called Boomerang. Now let's just hope I don't screw it up. Yeah! Everybody say yeah! I see those yads in the chat. Next thing you know that you're the one wrong. Could you not have known? You would think we all could have our own thoughts, but it just ain't so. Yeah! All part of the job. Yeah! Let's hear it. I see those winky faces. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't worry, the fun part's coming. You guys ready for the fun part? Because it's not fun for me.
Holy shit.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go!
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
I figured I'd pick a solid opener.
Holy shit.
That was solid, dude. That mix was solid. I like that. That was good.
Wow. So you guys sound so pro, like really sound really good. So,
Well, I mean, it takes a while to get that down, but
that was
that's
sick. That was
the
sick.
fruit of the labor, because our debut album is not exactly that high quality.
So tell us about your band.
I play drums for a band called Sons of Cain. We're from the Effingham, Illinois area, which is kind of in the middle of Illinois, not anywhere near Chicago. But we've been playing since 2018, 2019. Our debut album came out in 2019. We've just been kind of doing what we can, playing tunes that we like to play.
Oh, that's an amazing tune. And that one was, what was the name of that one again? Is it on Spotify?
Yes, it is on Spotify. It's called Boomerang.
Boomerang. Whoa. Because they'll leave you like, whoa, what was that? It's fire. It's amazing. Boomerang.
Yeah, it comes off of the first line of the song where it says, "Watch what you say, it might come back and blow up in your face."
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. It's like what goes around comes around, like, right? Boomerang effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, whatever you
That was
put
the whole
out.
theme, basically.
I love it. It's like I always say that whatever you put out into the universe comes back. So make sure you put out some good shit, some good intentions, some good vibes, because it always comes back.
Oh
to
yeah,
you, know?
absolutely.
So this is why we do these podcasts, guys, so you guys can meet everyone, interact and chat. What up, making money? What's up? Thanks for the 25 months. Resub. Wow, amazing. Such a
If
big
they're making
supporter.
money, they should be able to resub.
Oh yeah, he's making money all right. He got two jobs.
Two jobs.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's a big supporter here on Twitch. Met a lot of musicians here get a lot of love from Making Money. He's amazing. Thank you, Making Money.
Yeah, he's a big supporter for a lot of the guests that we had here as well. So you'll probably see him.
Musicians, we always want to make money.
Yeah, yeah, because it's tough out here, especially with everything going on, and with the whole epidemic. I know that a lot of people started streaming on Twitch and started doing more of the online performances because a lot of the gigs were not happening. So how did you start on Twitch?
That's exactly it. Basically, my the lead singer of my band had started a Twitch page for the band, and he was like, "You should get in on this because I play video games. Plus, I have a lot of stories because I've been in bands for over 20 years now.
Wow.
So I would just play video games and tell stories. I didn't get into the drumming part of it until I saw a guy on here playing drums, and I was just like, oh, I bet I could do that. And I had an electric kit, so I was like, I can plug it in. We can get it all figured out. I actually talked to the guy himself. He told me kind of how he set his thing up, and then from there I just started playing drums. It was Zian5377.
Zian.
We love him. We love him.
Yes, he's the drummer for the band Parthian.
Yes, that's our dude.
I love that guy. Right away when we had Parthian on, because we had the singer first in, I think it was season 2. It was the second year.
Yeah, we had Adam on.
Adam, amazing guy. Their band is one of the best bands that I've had that do live music on Twitch. Like, I was like, whoa, like his voice, all of them are amazing, solid dudes. So when he was like, we're going to have a new album come out, I was, can we come back? Like the three of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, of fucking course you can.
Is that even a question to ask?
Like, come on down.
Get your ass on here.
And then, oh my God, we had the three of them. Whoa. Making money.
Wow, somebody follow.
You gotta follow. There you go.
I told you he's solid. He's the real deal, making money for real. Thanks so much for following, Rooster. See, this is why we do
Thank
this.
you. I
Anyone else
appreciate
that's not following him, you follow him.
Yeah, go. I want to hear that bell.
Let's hear some more bells.
Yeah, we gotta hear that bell because my fiance had Taco Bell for dinner, so we gotta keep bringing it.
Oh man, how are you feeling? Because you had COVID, right? This week, was it this week that you were getting over it?
Yeah, it was. It was actually last Sunday is when I started getting the symptoms real heavy, and Sunday through Wednesday was absolute hell. But I'm feeling much better now.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you're feeling better. And it was your birthday, right?
Yeah, Thursday was my birthday.
Oh, everybody say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
You sing it.
No, we gotta both sing
you
it.
sing better than me.
Oh God! Happy birthday to you, Ross.
Yeah, I feel
right,
like
Ross.
there. Yes, my name is Ross. Everybody just calls me Rooster, but you can call me Ross if you want to.
So
the thing I always get is, oh, you mean like that guy from Friends? Yes.
Oh God, no,
wow.
we didn't even think that.
The first thing we thought was Haken singer.
Oh yeah, the singer from Haken is named Ross. No, the funny thing is, I actually had Arby's last night, and somebody on the receipt wrote my name, and then they wrote Friends and drew a picture of a couch.
Oh my God!
Next to it.
Wow.
They were trolling you.
I think they were just trying to get a better tip, maybe.
Yeah, well, they failed miserably.
They were trying to be cute. They were trying to be cute. Let's give them credit. They had to put effort.
Nice touch.
They tried to. I mean, for them to sketch something, they had time.
Yeah.
Must have been a slow night.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, Ross, like the guy from the."
Yeah, I thought Haken because we had Cameron Spence on, and his singer is the singer from Haken, and I was like, oh, that's
from
how it's together.
Novena. Yeah, and then he had stories for days about.
Oh yeah.
How he's like, I was supposed to fill shoes for Mike Portnoy.
So you toured? Have you toured?
Yeah.
I have not. The most I've done is I've done 3 or 4 consecutive dates, but not necessarily a tour because it's like, oh, the next town over, but not actually out of state. The farthest out of state that I've played is in St. Louis and around the Missouri area.
What was the craziest story around those towns?
Just about to ask that.
I was like, luckily, we actually lucked out because the place we played at, there had been a string of robberies. People's vans and trailers had gotten robbed and everything. Man. And luckily, we got a show right at the tail end of that, and it had stopped happening.
Oh, that's good.
But that's about the craziest thing that's happened in that area of St. Louis. But I mean, the craziest band story I can think of is when we saw a guy looked like he almost had a heart attack or something at Hardee's when we were coming back from a show, and he was supposed to be making our food, and my bass player was just like, pull me up to the window, man, I'll do the deed. And he yelled at the drive-through lady, he's like, yeah, we don't want the food, just handle your business, and gave us our money back, and we left. And when we pulled around the Hardee's, the ambulance was there pulling the guy on a stretcher. It was like, oh man, that guy might be dead.
Oh geez.
Whoa.
I got morbid really quick.
I'd say we didn't see anything in the paper, so
he might have bbeen alright then. No obituary or anything like that.
Probably just having a bad night because this was 3 a.m. So.
Yeah, it was time to go home for him, or to the hospital, I guess. Jeez.
Time to do something. Yeah. That's for sure.
Not be at Hardee's. Was it Hardee's? We don't have that here.
Yeah.
No,
we don't.
Yeah. You guys got Carl's Jr. or something?
No, that's more of a Cali thing, I think. We have.
That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure because there's always different names for different chains.
We have Whataburger.
No, I don't.
Oh, you guys have Whataburger.
You had that in Jersey. He's a Jersey boy, by the way.
No, I could have sworn there was ones here.
There's none of those. There's
I know
Sonic. There's no Sonics
they came out of Boston.
We do have a Sonic here. One thing we do have, and hopefully this doesn't dox me or anything, but we have a Burger King that is not Burger King. It's not a franchise Burger King. It's the original Burger King. So we can't have an actual franchise Burger King within 30 miles of here.
Oh man, I know. Wow. So that's the original Burger King before any of the chains. Wow. So that's a historical all right, we were the first Burger King before Burger King happened.
Yeah, it's Burger King before Burger King became a thing, and now they can't have an actual Burger King around here because they'll be taking away their competition or something.
Wow, that's
they both make burgers.
They couldn't
they
close
could
down.
fight it out to see who's the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've already, with the test of time, have survived, so that's crazy. That's great. It's like a mama pop shop type of burger joint.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, they got good burgers, and the fries aren't too bad, but they
I bet
also
their
serve
burgers are better.
Well, the funny thing is, it's called Burger King, but it almost feels like a Dairy Queen because they have ice cream and all the stuff that Dairy Queen has.
I think I would probably rather eat there then, because that's awesome. You have ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just want a Whopper, but other times there's Burger King. We got plenty of places, so
you get the
it's
craving.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we
exactly.
don't have Sonic here. And the thing is, we get commercials because there is a Sonic outside of the city.
There's one like in North Jersey.
Yeah, in Jersey, but that's not New York City, right? And I guess we just get them because there's people that commute from Jersey to New York City. But it's like we get like teases and stuff in the commercials of all these awesome drinks, and I'm like, man, I have to go to another state to get one of those frothy, like amazing, watery, juicy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but maybe that's good.
It's kind of the same thing here. Like, we don't have a Pizza Hut here, but we get Pizza Hut commercials.
Oh, you're not missing anything, honey. That's.
I used to work at Pizza Hut. I know exactly what I'm not missing.
Especially in New York City and in Chicago, you guys have like amazing pizza like us. So, it's like, why would you get any Domino's or any Pizza Hut? Or
stay away from the franchise ones. Just go for the mom and pop ones.
Yeah, just go to the original.
Unfortunately, the only thing we have here is like we have a couple of like mom and pop places, but it's kind of inconsistent. And unfortunately, like, as much as people hate on Domino's here kind of has them beat because we eat Domino's all the time.
Oh, and how about
like,
Papa
they give
John's?
us free pizzas. We eat Domino's so much.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, you can't hate on Domino's if they're really throwing down and giving free pizza.
The one thing I like about Pizza Hut is their garlic sticks, like the bread sticks.
Oh, they got that powdery stuff on top.
I like that.
That's the stuff that gets you addicted, probably.
Yeah, the Parmesan mix.
And then the Domino's is like the stuffed crust with like
with
they
the
have
cheese that oozes out. Anything that like has
Domino's
ooey.
has the cheesy bread where it's like stuffed with cheese and it's got cheese on top of it.
with the garlicky
It's pretty good
crust.
stuff.
That's the one thing I would get from them. Anything else? No.
Cinnamon sticks.
Oh yeah, cinnamon
I don't know.
sticks.
They got some pretty good sandwiches.
Where?
Like for a
Try
pizza
this.
place.
I've
At
never.
Domino's?
They got some pretty
They
good
don't have that
sandwiches.
here.
Yeah, Domino's.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't
They
tried
don't
it.
have that here.
I know they have like subs. Like
Yeah, it's kind of like a toasted sub sandwich, basically.
Subway. Wow, they're competing with Subway now.
Yeah, I mean, we have like 4 Subways here in town, so I
guys
don't
have
think Subway's
Quiznos?
really hurting. We do not have a Quiznos. We have a
isn't that
Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
And he's from Jersey originally, so if he didn't.
Apparently, it's a new thing. We got Subway, Jimmy John's, and Jersey Mike's. Those are the 3 sub places.
Jimmy John's
no
sounds
Quiznos.
like a spot. Just
Yeah,
the name.
It sounds familiar.
Well, the original Jimmy John's, the first store was actually in Charleston, Illinois, which is about 10 miles away from here. It's the home of Eastern Illinois University. That's where Jimmy John's, the franchise, actually started.
Wow.
So they're pretty,
Oh, Noises
apparent
knows.
around here.
He knows. He says there was Jimmy.
Good for cold subs.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do toasted subs or anything. So I mean, Subway's still got a corner on that market.
I like how we went from drumming experiences to
We
food.
gotta talk about food. I love food, and
Well, that's the thing. I eat food before I play drums. So
and then after,
it's got to go hand in hand, right? Like you can't play drums without having a full stomach.
and yeah, we just ate. I have to feed my man first before we go live because he'll
Get
be
grumpy.
he'll be in a bad
Well,
mood.
that's usually what I do before stream. We'll eat dinner and then I'll start streaming. That way I'm not, like just passing out before an hour and a half is over. I usually do an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then after, especially on drums, I mean, Luna can relate to that. After you play drums for a solid 2 hours, you pretty much want to go pass out.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially if you're going to go run the gauntlet of 4 Dream Theater
5
albums. That's
hours.
insane, dude.
Overachiever over here. Overachiever.
I don't have to do it. But.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just proving it to people. Like, yeah, how about 4 Dream? Not 1, but 4.
Well, I mean, it's not. I don't really have a lot to prove. It's just I just want to do it.
I mean, if I could do it, I would do it too. Fuck that. I mean,
I'm good if I can get through a Dream Theater song.
I know.
Much less an album.
I know, but that's amazing. I love it. So, what are your favorite drummers of all time? Like top 5?
Like, I don't even know if I have a top 5, but like
Or
my
3.
my 3 favorite bands are the Misfits, ZZ Top, and Pantera. And the thing about those bands, like Vinnie Paul, amazing drummer.
Mhm.
Rip.
Frank Beard is an amazing, like, perfect rhythm all the time, knows exactly what to do, when to do it in ZZ Top. And then when you look at the Misfits, they've had like 50 million drummers.
Wow.
Which one of them was Marky Ramone, so I guess that's a good testament, because he's pretty solid rhythm drummer for playing in the Ramones and everything.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, come on. I saw the Ramones too. Like before all of them, we've had so many deaths, and I mean, just to say I could say I saw them perform back in the 90s is pretty awesome. So what?
Yeah, and that was most of the original members, because now none of the original members are alive anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, if you get a chance to see any of the legends, like I saw Roger Waters last month, and he's gonna be 79 this month.
That's crazy.
And he's still doing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with ZZ Top, I got to see ZZ Top before Dusty Hill passed away this year, and I got to see them back in 2003, and they were still doing it then. Now they've been doing it over 50 years, and they just still do the same thing they do, but everybody loves it.
Yeah, I mean, classic. They're
legends, living legends.
My pops used to play them all the time. Growing up, I would listen to their music and jam to them as I was like learning how to play and stuff.
That was one of the first bands that I ever heard, because my dad had the Tres Hombres LP, and like he would play it all the time, and that's my favorite album by them, just because like every song except for maybe one is amazing. And so it's kind of hard to do that anymore.
Yeah. And when did you start playing drums? Because you said you've been playing for 20 years.
Well, I've been playing in bands for 20 years. I started playing guitar back in like 1999, 2000, somewhere around there, but I didn't start playing drums until 2011.
Wow. And what was your first set like?
The first kit I got was a used drum kit from Guitar Center. I had to go with my mom to the eye doctor, and because I sat in the eye doctor's thing for like 3 hours because she had to pick out frames and stuff.
3 hours?
Yeah, she took me to Guitar Center and bought me a drum set. So she's like, this is your Christmas, right? And I was like, that's perfectly fine. So I started playing it, and like, I picked it up. I just put headphones on and started playing the songs and stuff. And they're like, it sounded pretty good. But the drum stool that I had was a chair. It was a folding chair that the bottom wasn't even there anymore. That my dad had put a board on it. Wow. I was like, they were going to Evansville over in Indiana to, get something. I was like, hey, can you stop by Guitar Center and buy me a drum throne? They're like $30. And my dad's like, yeah, sure, we can do that. They come back, like I come back over there later because I had my drums over at their house and I'd moved out since then. But I come over there and there is a $200 drum throne.
What? Sitting
custom made. Some guy like had it custom made and didn't pick it up. So they sold it to my dad for $150.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's like, you're doing pretty good on the drums, so you probably need a better seat.
That's amazing. That's a steal too.
Your parents are amazing.
I thought it was gonna go to like, the sale guy upsold them and convinced them to buy this $200 throne.
No, that's the thing. Both of my parents, they were wheelers and dealers. Like my mom, she paid for college by working at Pizza Hut and hustling pool.
Wow.
And that is a true story, because I know like a lot of their friends when I was a kid, my mom would tell that story and they're like, she's not lying. She would make like $50-$100 a night playing pool.
So she was really good then. She was
a queen.
She was a pro shooter.
The queen of the pool joint. That's it.
My uncle was pretty big on that.
Her and my dad, they probably could have done good on a pro tour if they wanted to, but they knew that the real money was just hustling people at pool.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing against people that aren't pros, so they don't have a lot to worry about.
We got this, honey.
I was in a cover band. They come into one of my shows one time, and one of my buddies, who fancied himself a pool player, decided to challenge my mom and dad at playing pool. He comes up to me when the band's on a break, and he's like, dude, you didn't tell me that your parents are like amazing at pool. I was like, I thought I did tell you that. And he's like, well, I've lost $30 and I'm not playing with them anymore.
He got off lucky with only like $30. That's all he lost.
I told him, like, you're lucky you only lost 30. I mean, they would have drained you if you let them.
Yeah.
I love that story. That's amazing.
It's like, you better make sure you hit every shot if you break.
Yeah. And I know my dad actually did do a solid break once. Like
Wow.
he hit every ball in the pockets.
Do you play?
But he was only able to do it once. He wasn't able to recreate it. But apparently you just gotta hit the balls really, really hard to get them all go.
Yeah. Do you play at all?
No, I used to, and I'm nowhere near as good as they were, so I kind of stay away from it.
Stick to the drumming.
Yeah, I was gonna say stick to the drumming, and like I used to bowl, but also not as good as they were because my mom had like a 250 average.
Oh wow. They're natural sports.
She used to bowl in league. Yeah, well, yeah. As far as that, like athletic sports that don't actually require a lot of like running or anything.
A lot of precision, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and I say there's a lot more that goes into like bowling and pool and throwing darts and like all the bar sports and stuff like that that a lot of people don't understand. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
So is there any other hidden talents that you have other than being a musician and knowing like all the instruments?
I would say I don't know all the instruments. I can play most things that have strings on them just because if I noodle around enough, I can figure something out. But no, I just started picking up instruments, and then once I started getting into music, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then when I was in high school, I got into computers, and since I do computer stuff for work, I mean, I have a degree in information technology, so that's about the only two talents that I really have.
What does information technology consist of?
Basically, at my work that I do now is resetting people's passwords and trying to get them to get their email to work.
Ooh.
So
don't mess with Rooster, guys. He'll figure out your passwords and everything.
Hack into your system.
Yeah, it's not the craziest stuff. There's no hacking involved or anything, but it's mostly over the phone work too. So.
Yeah, let me remote desktop into your computer real quick.
That's what he used to do. He used to do that remote because we used to do these podcasts separately in different. He was in New Jersey and I'm here in New York City, so this is why I'm like, you need to come here because it's just crazy.
Yeah, trying to remote in somebody's computer, I do that several times a day, and it is either the easiest thing in the world or it is an absolute just nightmare trying to get people's computers to work for you.
Yeah.
But computers aren't as bad as printers. Anybody out there right now, I'm talking to you guys watching in the chat and everything. If you have a printer and you can't get it to work, buy a new printer. Don't even try to troubleshoot, just buy a new printer.
Is it that complicated?
It is that complicated. This is advice from an IT guy and also somebody that worked in a factory that made printing parts. Yes, wow. It is so complicated that you can go buy a $20 print. If you just need to print something, go to like a grocery store or something, or a Kinko's.
Yeah, get somebody else to print it for
Staples.
you.
I'm sitting here looking at the Epson printer that we have that we used maybe about 4 times, and now we can't even get it to work anymore just because
it's
the
outdated.
ink costs more than the printer does.
Really?
So yeah.
Man, printers are expensive. I've gone through so many really expensive printers, and it's like, once they're broken, it's like, what happened? And then you just end up buying these really expensive printers, and then how much do you really use it?
Yeah, and then you find out you don't really use it that much. Noises knows exactly what I'm talking
about.
Noises
knows. Man, I hate diagnosing printer issues. What a nightmare.
It is a nightmare.
So what's the kit that you're running now?
This kit right here is a Roland TD27. I thought about getting the TD50, but it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
And this one costs as much as about a used car. So, but I had a TD11 before, and it was nice, but all the pads, like the tom pads, were rubber instead of mesh like these are. And with this one, I had a little bit more freedom. I could actually set it up like my show kit because I only play a 4-piece kit. So like over here, this pad is just a cowbell.
Ooh, okay.
Just in case I need a cowbell for anything.
Yeah, you can always use a cowbell.
Oh yeah. Anytime you make a joke, instead of doing a rim shot, just
do a cowbell.
Yeah, just smack the cowbell.
Have you tried like dialing in on the module, like getting your settings to be more customized to your tone, or you just use whatever's built in?
Yeah, I have a little bit. I had to watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to figure it out because this thing has active EQ for every pad, and you can actually layer stuff on top of each other. Like the snare is 2 different snares, the toms are 2 different toms, so it gives it kind of more of a boomy response and stuff. And there's just all kinds of stuff you can find on YouTube about this particular kit. If you type in TD27, because the TD17 is somewhat similar, it's just a bit of a different interface.
Have you thought about like incorporating your other pads with that one?
I don't have the TD11 anymore, but I thought about Frankensteining a kit at one point in time, and then I was like, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of work, so I don't really want to mess with it. But I ended up selling that TD11 to a buddy of mine because he was wanting to learn how to play drums. I was like, this is the perfect starter kit for if you don't want to make a lot of noise or piss a lot of people off.
You thought about doing like triggers for your acoustic using the module?
I have at one time, but I know a guy in a band called Ending Orion, and he has his entire kit triggered except for his cymbals. And I see what he goes through. Like, we played a couple shows with him, what he goes through to get everything set up, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll just stick with the drums.
A lot. Usually, like, most would probably just focus having it on the bass drum to get more that metal kick, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the entire kit.
A lot of the guys that run sound for us, they usually have like a snap-on like trigger or something for the kick. That way, it just gives you that kick sound.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about muffling or your thing even hardly being in tune. I mean, it gives you the response, but it still needs to be in tune, kind of. Like, I've watched 66 Samus's video about like difference between triggers and not triggers, and
yeah, he has a lot of reference
stuff. There's a big difference, but there's a lot of people, out there, especially like with, metal bands and anything. There's always gatekeepers that are like, oh no, that's dumb.
Yeah, you get those. It's like, the bass communities, they always battle between picks and no picks. It's like, it doesn't matter. Just play. Have fun.
I would say, as long as I can hold a pick, I'm going to use a pick on a bass because I started out playing guitar and it seems like it's the easier thing for me to do. Some songs I will play, finger style just to try and get a feel for it. But if it's something super duper fast, I know I can't go really fast on the fingers, so I just pick up the pick.
Yeah, you got to make it work somehow.
Yeah, because he plays bass too.
As long as you make it work and you have fun doing it,
and it sounds good,
that's all anybody can ask of you.
Doesn't matter. Such a dumb fight. Just play. Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Noises.
exactly.
Pick versus finger style.
I've seen Noises plenty of times on his stream have to go through the whole pick versus finger style debate.
What other things are there that's like controversial with conversations of like what versus what that is kind of stupid? It matters, or if it doesn't matter, like
jazz drummers, they prefer like a different style of grip, like
or traditional versus match.
Yeah, the Max Weinberg and everything. And I'm just like, I've never learned how to play like that, and being left-handed and playing a right-handed kit, I have to do everything all different anyway.
Mac versus Windows.
Yeah, that's another one too.
Yeah. Whatever, it works. Like they both have its perks for whatever it is.
On that.
Like I always say, like, every the PC versus Mac, it's like they have their pros and they have their cons. It doesn't matter which one you use; they're good for something. Like Macs are very good for artistic creativity, but you can also do that on a PC. But Macs are notorious for that because their programs are a lot more stable and easier to kind of like function and work with.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say stable. What I would say is that they're a little bit more user-friendly.
The interface is different.
Androids and iPhones, the interface for an iPhone, even though it's an expensive phone, I have an iPhone, it's simple because it has the buttons. You press the buttons, it does the thing.
Right.
Androids are so customizable that if you want to really get in deep with how things should operate on the phone, you can do that.
Yeah.
But with the iPhone, it's like you pay more money so you can just do the thing and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, just make it work. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah, the only application I've seen where Macs just really fail over and over again is in business, because I work in business, and with business technology, you want a Windows PC just because everything else, the servers and all that, are running on Windows.
Yeah.
Just use a Windows PC.
Yeah, PC is definitely the king of anything business related and or streaming and gaming, Macs aren't very good for streaming, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. if I ever get a call and somebody's like, yeah, my personal laptop won't do this, it's like, okay, is it a Mac or a PC? And it's like, oh, I'm running Linux. I'm hanging up the phone.
All right. I don't know anything about codes, so you're on your own.
It's like, just do Command Escape, and then hopefully it'll work.
Yeah,
I have no idea what
Escape.
Linux does.
Yeah, Linux is a whole nother beast.
It's crazy, man. Like it's got a lot of cool applications. You can do a lot of really cool stuff with it, but I mean, it requires a whole other school of learning. Like they tried to show us Linux in college, and I was just like, no thanks.
Hey, commanding drums.
What up,
Drum
Dan?
thumping monkey. Thanks for coming into the stream.
Drum thumping monkey.
We got another drummer. We got our drummers here. And
Got them drummers coming in.
yeah, we get a lot of them hanging out here. It's really cool. So you guys know we've had a lot of shredders. We've had a lot of guitarists, a lot of bass players this summer. So now coming into September, we got some really cool drummers. And he also plays bass and guitar, and he sings. So, Rooster, Ross.
Rooster.
Why Rooster? Like, what? That was...
Well, that I knew you were going to ask that, and here's what happened. This is actually a band story. So when I first started, my name is Ross, but for some reason, I don't know why. A guy, his name is Chetty, and I don't know if any of you guys know anything about Illinois.
Mm-mm.
All through Illinois, people just give other people nicknames out of nowhere. It could either be your last name or it could be something you did or something like that. Well, since my name's Ross, my buddy Chetty, he started calling me Rooster, and it just started sticking. Like he would see me across the room and he would just yell Rooster, and and that's how it just stuck. The beast part of it came from a man. His name is Uncle Dave. That's his nickname.
Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave.
He was a guitar player in my old band, and like he saw me playing on the kit, and he's like, "You look like a beast on the kit," and he would just call me Beast all the time.
Nice.
So then I shoved them together. I've changed my name so many times because I wanted people to either call me Rooster or, like Beast, and I tried to get RoosterBeest, but like the actual spelling is taken. This fit on Twitch and Twitter, so I went with it.
Wow, RoosterBeest. I love it. I love the story.
Is there a guy
behind
nearby named Pickle Rick?
Not that I know of.
I'm Pickle Rick.
There was a guy from one of the towns over from my hometown. We called him Rappin' Rob.
Rappin' Rob?
Because that's what he did. He
raps.
and his name was Rob.
That's
like
cool.
rap sandwiches or actually rap like music
No,
rap?
like he had rhymes that didn't necessarily rhyme, but we just called him Rappin' Rob because he thought he was an MC.
Imagine it was based off of him rapping sandwiches the entire time.
Yeah, and
Here I thought I had a cool name.
well, and the sad thing is, like, the reason I want to keep Rooster so much is because the guy that named me Rooster, Chetty, he passed away this year. He was killed in a car accident.
I'm sorry.
But like, he gave people nicknames. We all gave each other nicknames. So like all my people in Southern Illinois and stuff, we all have nicknames for each other. Like one of my buddies, his name is Smitty.
Smitty. I like that name.
It's just like, yeah, that's just his name. And then like, sometimes we'll have like the person's last name is just their nickname. But then I have a buddy named Will, and he gave himself his own nickname, and we all just call him Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday, Jamie Foxx's character.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know why. We just kept calling him Willie Beeman or Willie B.
It just stuck.
What is everybody? Does anybody in chat? I want everyone to put their nickname, if you guys have one or one that was just given to you. I want to see how many people have given nicknames growing up. That's cute. I love it. If I love you and I just tease you and I really like you, I usually give you a nickname. I don't know. It's like a endearing thing. I think. So I think that's sweet that you're keeping your
Larry.
name.
That's not a nickname.
Lair.
No, that's the thing. His
Lair.
name is not actually Larry.
His name is not Larry?
So his nickname
What?
is Larry. We just call him Larry.
Oh, wow.
Larry.
He's actually just starting out on Twitch. He just started streaming not too long ago. He's playing bass and kind of doing the same thing I'm doing.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Except for drums, but I'm the only person I know so far that does drums and then also does like Rocksmith and plays bass and occasionally sings. I haven't really done singing for a long time, but I did a karaoke stream for 500 followers, and that about took all the energy that I had because I haven't sang for a good like 3-4 years.
But you can growl. I heard you growl the other day on stream.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I was the guitar player singer for I guess you could call it a groove metal band, because it wasn't necessarily death metal. It wasn't as technical as that, but
I want to hear you
yeah,
growl.
it was some groovy stuff.
Yeah. Man in drums, Dano.
Well, now my throat's all dry. I can't do it.
Uncle called me Skeeter.
Skeeter. Oh, is
Making money. Skeeter.
Isn't that like a Muppet? Like a Muppet Baby character? Skeeter, right?
Skeeter, I think.
I mean, with the glasses?
It's a character from Doug.
From Doug's not Modern Life.
No, that's Rocco.
No.
That was the cartoon before that show. Yeah.
That's Rocco.
Rocco.
Skeeter, was he the bully?
No, Skeeter was Doug's friend. Roger was the
Roger,
bully.
yeah, Roger's the
Roger.
bully.
Yeah, unless you watched Disney's version of Doug, because it was terrible.
Oh.
It's Nick or nothing.
My
Just
real
like-
name is Dalton.
Yeah,
Dalton.
but he just calls himself Larry, and I call him Larry, and
Larry's
we just all call him Larry.
Larry's easier to remember.
Yeah.
Dalton dude would have
Dalton.
worked too.
The Dalton dude.
Yeah, it kind of rose. But Larry's like kind of like Larry.
Larry.
You just want to
his name,
scream.
his name used to be Lil Larry Dude, and then I guess he decided to be
He grew
the
up.
Larry Dude.
He's not little anymore.
He wanted to become the one and only Larry Dude.
Yeah, I can hardly remember my nicknames.
Oh, because
is
it's
he the-
noises.
C-Bale guy? Cable guy?
Oh, C-Bale.
I think he meant
Cable.
Cable.
Cable. Oh, cable.
Cable guy.
Because there's Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, we got it. No.
So, Rooster.
Oh my God, you're
throwing
giving-
you a nickname
you're-
already.
That means he likes you. That means he likes you.
Putting a spin on it.
Yeah. How about another song?
Yes, let's do
All right.
it. Let's show you why he's a beast.
I actually have a callback from one of your previous podcasts, because you had the guys from Parthian on there, and I play one of their songs.
Nice.
Not very well, but I will make an attempt to play it. It's not the new version, but it's the single version, because that's the one I've been playing on. I think there's like a slight difference between the new one and the old one, but this is the old one that you could find on YouTube. It's still up there.
I love it. Let's hear it.
All right, let's see how well this goes. Because Zian is a beast too. All right, everybody ready to rock?
Inside my head,
halfway done. That's the part that's messed up.
Holy shit!
I like how it just grinds to a halt.
Jeez. Oh my God, I
That's
love
such a
that
good song.
I remember that song. Right when you started, I was like, oh man, this is going to be so good. That song is hard too.
It is extremely hard. I mean, hats off to Zen. He is a monster on the kit. Like
Yeah, he
all
is.
the fast bass kick stuff, I can't do it at all. So I just have to compensate and kind of think of something else to do.
Yeah, I understand that. I tried playing to one of their songs too, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, and it's funny that Larry just said that I always made him want to get drums, because playing that song and playing like some of the other songs that I play when I do drum streams, one of my regular visitors, Kylan, she was a drummer. She hadn't played drums in forever, and she come into my stream one day and she's like, I just want to tell you that watching you made me want to get back on the kit. And now she's a music teacher.
Nice.
So
That's amazing.
See,
Yeah,
she's
it's pretty
bringing that
awesome.
inspiration,
That's what it's all about, really.
That's awesome.
well, and that's what I always try to do. Like everybody I know on Twitch is always trying to try to get famous, try to grow their channel and just be all they can be, and that's great. But at the same time, I want to help other people do that. I don't necessarily want to be that guy. If it happens, it happens. But that's why I always try to support all of our other Rocksmith streamers like Noises, and I'm trying to get people to go to Larry's channel, check him out.
I'm going to follow you, Larry.
Yeah, we got you, Larry, dude.
I got you,
Trying
Larry.
to get people to come watch you guys, watch Luna. Luna's a killer on the drums.
Yes.
I do my best.
Oh, Rooster's also my inspiration for streaming. That's beautiful to hear. And that's
And there's
exactly what I
that
mean.
too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like these podcasts, I do them because I want people to see what's out there. And it's like with me, I've always been around musicians. I've done a lot of music too, but back in the day. And it's like I've always had things kind of blocking my path, but at the same time, I've always like never really been like, I don't care about the fame. I don't want any of that kind of attention, but I put the spotlight on a lot of other people because I feel like helping other people is more satisfying than anything. And if like I can get something out there just to get it out, the emotions, because we all have that music in our heart, that if we can't have an instrument to play that, or if we don't have a voice, or if we're not writers, or if we don't put a passion to what we love and want to express somehow out there, then it's going to be like pinned up inside of us. So it's like that's the emotion that I think when I want to make art, whether it's a painting, whether it's lyrics, whether it's being a ghostwriter, or actually singing on a song, or collaborating with any one of my friends here, because I feel like the music community is really, really tight-knit. And we're like a family here. We love supporting each other. You'll see a lot of us in each other's streams, supporting one another.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what Twitch is about. It's about community. So I love that you said that, because that's exactly my sentiments. That's how I feel also.
Yeah. And then, like, we have the people that come on the podcast and stuff, because we're trying to display, the people that are on the podcast and introduce to new music and new streamers. And we try not to, aim for like the bigger ones often, but when we do have that opportunity, it's only to share the ability to to see where they came from, and like just the educational part of that versus helping, because they really don't need that help right now, because they already got what they need. It's just
like the partners that been on here, that it's like it's a lot of them, they've either volunteered or they've been more than happy because they're friends, and they're like, oh, I'll be on your podcast, and we're like, oh shit, like for real, like you don't have to. And it's like, no, I enjoy it. I think you guys are cool. What you're doing is really great, and it's helping the community. If I can help you too,
and it's them helping as well, giving their insights.
They don't need to be on it because they're bigger already, and then they're like, no, I think you guys are awesome. And I'm like, that's like real right there. Like I love that. So
yeah. And I was going to say, them doing that also helps their community get, introduced to you guys. Then you can introduce them to other people. That's kind of what I'm like a bridge to other people. Like I play music, I play in my band. What I would want people to do is, check out my band. If you like it, buy some of our stuff, listen to us on Spotify. That's the coolest thing you can do for somebody. You guys put me on the podcast. That's huge, because the work that you guys put into this, I watched a couple of the podcasts, and just the work that we tried to do getting my sound to work this evening has been amazing, and you guys do a great job. And like what I always say is, somebody comes into my chat and they're like, they want to hear something that's like super shreddy that I can't play it, and I'm just like, hey, check out Sir by the Door. Request that in his stream, he will smoke it. Like, I mean, Sir by the Door is one of the shreddingest guitarists I've ever seen on here.
I've been checking him out.
Him and Relaxander, both super talented guitarists.
Relaxander's great.
Adam from Parthian, great guitarist. And then you got all these awesome bass players. You got Ray Martini, you got Nega Greer, you got Noises.
Oh, Nega Greer.
There's just so many awesome people. And then like there's other people here and there that you might not even know about, like Kelly Luke 77. I'm just trying to think of all these other people. There's Shadow, he has a bunch of X's and numbers in his name, so I can't really get them all out there. And then there's Wormtongue, who he was doing music when I first saw him, but now he's actually got a really good thing going. He's on GTA RP. He's doing the RP server on Grand Theft Auto 5. And he's like his guys in a biker gang and stuff. It's super entertaining to watch.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because I saw this video on the front page of a GTA game. The guy was in the helicopter with the spotlight, just seeing things like happening from the floor, and you see this guy just getting chased by all these cop cars, and then jumping on the bikes, and then just maneuvering around them. It looks pretty intense.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on there. But like, I try to, like, people that are playing games, people that are playing music, there's people that, inspired me to do stuff here, there, and everywhere. Like, as far as bass, I didn't even think about Rocksmith at all until I was in Zian's stream one time when he was playing drums. And then there's this guy, he's pretty famous in the Rocksmith community. Everybody that does Rocksmith will know who Good Cop is. But he suggested to Zian to raid Poison Jam. And I was like, I've never seen this Poison Jam guy before. We go over to his stream, and I'm watching him. I am just completely enthralled in it. I was just like, this is amazing. And then I started talking to him, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this. I tried to do it, and now I play bass.
There you go.
on Twitch. So
that.
yeah, Poison Jam was the inspiration to get me to play bass. Zian's the inspiration to get me to play drums. As far as guitar, all these guys are way better than I am, but I at least give it a shot.
That's all you can do is just show up, right, and play.
Oh yeah.
Show your passions.
I mean, and that's the thing. Noises, he's definitely got an advantage over me because he has gigantic hands. I have little tiny girl hands. Like my bass and one of my guitars is a short scale because my fingers are not long enough to do all the crazy stuff that he does.
Yeah, Noises, we had him on, and he's such a sweetheart. He's such a great
E.T.
bassist.
fingers.
E.T. fingers. Oh, no. French fry fingers.
Ouch. Aliens.
Home.
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 I love that movie.
Yeah, and then you got people, on the come up, like Larry just started streaming, and then you have people that are working toward partner and been working very hard and definitely deserve it, like the Jeebus Corner. That dude, I watch him.
Dude, he keeps getting.
I watch him when I'm on
fuck?
break. He keeps getting denied, and it's insane that's happened. But
What's going on, Twitch?
How many times has he
at the same
applied?
time, I know at least 3, but it's probably been more than that. But yeah, like whenever a door closes, a window opens, and our good buddy up north, Benji Simon, he just recently got partner, and that dude, like as much as he doesn't like solos, he shreds pretty hard with the rhythm. Because then you have your counterpart, the Goose Chase, my bird bro.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's Goose, I'm Rooster.
I
And
love him.
that dude, he plays some crazy stuff, and just the stuff that he makes just to do as backing tracks is amazing too.
Yeah, that's his alert. We love him so much that's his alert. We got to do one for you with a rooster.
Yeah, we gotta get a Rooster one.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I knew that I was coming on the podcast, so I was trying to think of as many names as possible of people I've rated and went into, so I could try to shout them out. Because
Didn't
I mean,
I
you
tell
see me
you?
on the screen. Same thing, like you see the shirt that I'm wearing. This is a band called Syraxis. They're from my area. Kyle, the bass player singer, he is actually my band's manager and the owner of our record label.
Nice.
And if you go to driftloudrecords.com, you can see all the bands under the roster. We've got merchandise and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely check out Syraxis. It's like progressive death metal, but like with a little bit of like Mike Patton, Faith No More mixed in because of the way that Kyle does his vocals and stuff.
Oh wow, I love that mix. You got to send me something, and also I always ask everyone that's been on the podcast, and this is how I usually get my other guests. I always ask for at least 5 of your friends that you think would be down to be on the podcast, and also that you want to help come up with you. And that's how I got Noises. That's how I got Martini. How I got everybody that's been on the podcast has been recommended through another homie, another friend. So it's like, and I'm like, okay, if you think that they will be down to do it, then send me at least 5 or 3 names that you like. You already mentioned a few that a lot of them already been on, so you guys can see.
If you could think of ones that don't feel like they're not entertaining enough, because every time like there's people that we ask, they're like, I don't know if I can do this. It's like, you stream, bro. You can do this.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's plenty of people, and like there's even people I haven't even thought of yet. Like Guitar Fool and Griffey Chick. She's really good. She plays bass, and of course there's Saucy Sasquatch whenever he's doing stuff. I don't know if you guys have I don't know if you guys have had Bogus Forehead on here yet, but that is definitely a huge get. That dude is the chillest man, and like I raid him constantly. He's always like the coolest stream to go to, just because you can chill in there, you can hang out. It's entertaining. His cat Fuzz is always hanging out in the chair.
Aww.
Occasionally, one of my cats will come in here. When I'm playing the drums, they stay away from me, but like Chris or Minnie, they'll come in here, and like I've got cat emotes, so if you see the cats, you throw it in the chat.
A lot of cats.
We have a fun time with it.
A lot of cat emotes. Noises. Your cat. His birthday is the same as Noises, Ross.
Midna is the same birthday as me. Midna's my birthday buddy, and then Ray's got Sir Pounce, and Greer's got Bear.
I remember all your
got
cats'
Maya.
names.
Doesn't Adam has a cat?
Adam has two
He has
dogs.
two dogs.
Yeah, he has the wiener dog that's so adorable, and then the big guy.
Yeah, Larry's got my cats right there in the
Aw.
chat.
There you go.
Yeah, I got your emotes too. They're so cute. I think
They are.
I might get a cat. It has to be hyperallergenic, but the one I might get is like really fluffy, and I'm like, oh, I love them. The ones more fluffy, the better. But that's the thing. If you're allergic to them, that's not the way to go. But there's
And see, like, I have asthma, but
Yeah.
cats don't seem to actually trigger that or anything. Dogs don't either, because I used to have dogs when I was a kid. But luckily, cats and dogs don't actually trigger. I mean, we're a cat family here. Like when me and Miranda moved in together, she already had Pris, the lighter colored one, and then we decided to go get a cat. And I wanted a black cat because everybody always hates on black cats, and I'm just like, I want a black cat. Because
the first cat was black, all black.
I feel horrible that like people hate on them because they're bad luck or this, that, whatever.
I love them.
Well, we went and the only
Witchy
cats,
woman.
the only cats we could find or could actually look at were kittens that day because all the other cats were sick. Well, we go into this whole den full of kittens and they're all black and white tuxedo cats, and Minnie just comes right up to us and lays down on Miranda's lap and just all over us, and she's like, "Pick me. Get me out of here."
They pick
So,
you. You don't pick them.
She picked us, and we got her. We brought her home. Her and Pris like to fight a lot, but at the same time, she's our little formal black metal cat
Aww.
because she has a little pattern. It makes her look like a black metal singer or something.
That's amazing. I love that. I just love all animals. I wish I had like more space.
I can
have
see
one
her.
of
I'm trying to
everything.
see if I can get her to come in here, but she doesn't want to mess with me.
Aww.
She's like, I know you're behind those things that make noise, so no. When I'm playing bass, she'll come in here and like I'll have the tall camera up, the security cam, and she'll get on the chair and spin around on the chair and stuff, and she has fun with that.
Aww.
And when people see her, sometimes you can see Pris kind of running around the background. You can kind of see this chair over here. Sometimes she'll lay down in the chair, but
You need a
since
cat cam now. If like she stays there and you're like, get a treat, give her a treat.
I had a cat cam and like it didn't actually do what I thought it was gonna do. So now I feel like people like the more random encounters. So I just I'm just like, if you see the cat, the emote is there. It's a follower emote and a sub emote, so that anybody in my stream can use it. If you see the cat, throw the cat in there.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Larry, Rooster, I think I read that one already. Oh yeah, guys. So everybody that gets on the podcast gets a free emote made by Luna. So it's kind of like a complimentary emote, and he also makes he commissions emotes if you guys want like animated emotes. He does all the stuff, the triggers, all the lights and blah blah blah, everything. He does it all here. So if you guys like all my emotes, his emotes, a lot of the guests, I think Noises also has an emote that he uses on his. Because we always tell everybody if you want to use it for bit emotes or if you want it for your Discord or a follower emote, like Office Drummer has his, and it's like it looks like a little
Make
office.
noise.
Nice.
There you go. Yes, honey, he has it. See? So if you like it enough, you can add it to your arsenal of emotes if you're on the podcast. So.
Yeah, I'll send you the size for the emote, and then I'll send you like an extra large size if you want to put it on like any merchandise and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun little thing we do.
Yeah, I actually haven't done anything with merchandise because I never thought of why would people want to have a shirt that says RoosterBeest on it. So I did a poll on Twitter not too long ago, and a lot of people seem to be really for the idea of bootleg Sons of Cain merchandise. Like, we have official merchandise, but I'm going to make bootleg stuff. So I'm just going to make stuff that like looks like it should be our shirt, but not quite. And that's what I'll sell on my merch store if people want it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like if people want to support you and want to help you out and, wear some cool merch, and it's good to have.
I mean, it's also a good thing to use, too, at the same time. Like, Noises made a chart for me in Rocksmith because I really like the band Motion City Soundtrack. He really likes that band, too. And I was like, hey, man, can you chart this out? Because I had the guitar profile for it. And he's like, yeah. He gets it charted, sends it to me. So I bought him a T-shirt and sent him a Sons of Cain T-shirt.
Nice.
Oh, Sons of Cain. Yeah, you guys are solid. When did you guys form, and how did you pick the name? I like the name.
Well, the name is a funny thing because we had a whole list of names, and there were a couple of them that were good. here and there or whatever. And then we had one, it just said Sons of Cain. And I can't remember if it was spelled like Cain the wrestler at first. And I was like, what about Cain, the guy from the Bible? And it's like
Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And that's how that happened. I mean, there's like 2 other bands named Sons of Cain, but we're currently the only active one that actually does stuff, even though we're not doing a whole lot right now. But yeah, we just picked the name, and then from there we just started rolling with it. We got with Kyle, the lead singer, bass player of Syraxis, and since he has the record label, he has a recording studio. He can actually record tracks. All the tracks that we have recorded were from Kyle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we did a whole album's worth of tracks. We got him the money by playing shows here and there, and then once we had the album out, he had a place where you can buy like factory sealed CDs. So we had a CD release show, almost sold all 100 CDs that we initially bought.
Whoa!
Wow.
For like that's big for someone that's
at
like
the one show we sold like I think 75 CDs or something like that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you still have some from that time?
I don't think we have any more from that time because we had to get a whole other run of like 100 CDs. We still have maybe about 20 or 30 of them or something like that. We didn't get any singles for Boomerang when it came out, but you can buy singles at driftloudrecords.com.
So your band is still doing stuff now?
Technically, yeah, we have a show in October. Right now, we're having some issues because our bass player is having some issues with, life in general. So right now we've got a guy filling in, and if Willie, our bass player, if he's ever able to, get everything straightened out, we try to help him as much as we can. But if he can get everything straightened out, when he comes back, Kewen, our guy that's on bass right now, is going to transition over to rhythm guitar. Rhythm/lead if he wants to play solos. I don't know if he does or not, but yeah, we used to have 2 guitar players, but then one of our guitar players, he had to leave the band because he had a drinking problem.
Huh.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
So does your band have like links and stuff that I can throw on here? Because you only gave me your
website.
Your was it Twitter and your
Twitter
your
and the
Twitch
page. Yeah.
But does your band have stuff?
The band does have. We have our own little like merch store on driftloudrecords.com, but other than that, I think we have a Bandcamp page. But there's links to that all on the Drift Loud Records page.
So after we're done here, you have to send me that link, and then I'll put that into your command, so that whenever you come in or we shout you out, at least that link will be there so people can check out your band.
Cool, absolutely. Yeah,
so
there's a whole roster of bands. Like, there's not just us. There's a band called Cause of Ruin. They play more of like a hard rock sort of thing, and there's metal bands. There's even like a stand-up comedy act that has like an album out on there, and
nice.
Yeah, it's a big mix of everything.
That's great. So that's an independent record.
Yeah, it's an independent record label. Basically, what Kyle tries to do is tries to get people that don't have the means to distribute and everything to go through his channels to try and distribute stuff. He makes flyers for people. He's a very artistic guy. Like the logo on the Syraxis shirt, he actually drew this by hand.
Oh wow, yeah, that's cool looking.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. He's very, very active for a lot of local bands, and definitely gives us more of a chance than we would have had, if we were trying to do it all on our own.
Wow, so that's really awesome that you are not stopping because of everything going on, because sometimes that happens with bandmates, and then what are you supposed to do, right? And
we've had ups and downs with that the whole time, because like when we started, we had a bass player, we had 2 guitar players, singer, and me playing drums. And what we were going to do, because we didn't have a dedicated rhythm guitarist, they were going to have me play guitar and try to find a drummer. We've tried to do that a couple of times because we've lost a rhythm guitar player, we get a rhythm guitar player, we lose another one. We lost a bass player, and then we got another bass player, and that way we don't technically have the bass player lost right now. He's just trying to deal with a bunch of stuff, and we don't want to put any extra pressure on him.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the Son of Cain's hoodie
business.
looks sick. Larry Dude says, "Oh, are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get the hoodie, Larry?"
Yeah.
I don't know. Those things are kind of
support. I mean, it looks really cool. It looks really sick.
They're kind of pricey, but I will tell you, I do have one of the shirts from that store, and they are pretty true to size. So like I wear a 3X shirt. The 3X shirt is, pretty well fitted.
Okay. So you said you've had more than one band, right? So this is not your first band. This is like
No, I've had so many different bands. Like the first band I started with was a band called Mindsick, where I played rhythm. Well, I played the only guitar, and then I did backup vocals. And there was a couple songs that I sang. That's how I learned how to sing and play. And then I started a band after that folded called Adversity in Red, which was me, my uncle Jeff playing bass, and then my buddy Eric on the drums. And then my uncle couldn't show up to practice anymore. He was having problems. So then it was just me and Eric. We did a 2-man White Stripes on crack sort of thing. And then after that, I started joining cover bands playing drums because I had a bunch of friends that were trying to do cover bands and stuff, and they could never find a drummer. I was like, I could play drums, and that's how the whole drum thing started.
Oh, wow.
And then I was in a band, the most prominent cover band. I was in a band called Salt Rock Jones for 5-6 years or something like that. And then at one point we did a White Stripes thing too. Me and Jimmy, the lead guitarist singer, were the only 2 people in the band. We just kept playing shows. People kept coming to the shows, so we just kept going.
Why not?
But yeah, after that, I got kicked out of that band kind of unceremoniously, but we've patched everything up since then. It's been a long time. But from there, Jess, the singer in my band now, he knew that I had played drums because I was playing drums in a band called Groove Tang Dynasty. And
Groove Tang?
I gotta say, all these band names that you're throwing at us are really cool.
Groove Tang?
Groove Tang!
Groove Tang Dynasty. Like
I love it.
If you were in
I'm
Southern
in that
Illinois,
tang, you know what I'm saying?
You open the fridge, yo, give me that Groove Tang.
They need to have a commercial, and then you open the fridge and it's like doing its thing, and it's like, hey.
Well, that's the crazy thing. If you're ever in Southern Illinois in the Marion County, Jefferson County area, and you go into some kind of venue and you say Groove Tang, you will have at least 3 or 4 people shout Groove Tang at you because they all knew who we were. They all knew we liked to party. There's one video on YouTube of us playing a show because somebody actually got video footage of us. And yeah, there's plenty of like practice performance videos and stuff. My the bass player Doug, he's got a bunch of stuff there, but now we all have our own different bands. Uncle Dave, he started a graveyard Americana band called Broken Circle. They're really good. Like, it's just some really dark, folky, kind of crazy music. Like, they do some crazy stuff. And then bass player Doug from Groove Tang, he has a band called Wendigo now. And then Jonah, the singer, keyboard player, he used to do hip hop. Like, he started doing hip hop, and I don't know if he still does that because he had some problems with his ear, so he couldn't hear very well. And I think he had to stop doing that.
That's the worst.
And then I joined Sons of Cain, and then from there we all just kind of branched off, and we're still doing our thing, but we still try to, stay together and do what we can. We're actually playing the show in October that we have coming up.
Oh, when is
we're
it?
Playing, it's October 29th. It's last Saturday in October. That's all I remember.
A Halloween show.
Yay.
It's a Halloween show.
Are you gonna do like anything like face paint or anything like that?
Well, the thing they're doing, it's a masquerade ball, so I wear a mask now when I go out and play because obviously I don't want to bring anything home, and there's a lot of shady people in some venues.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're playing a show with Wendigo and Broken Circle, and then a few of our other friends from around the area and that have bands and stuff.
Sweet. So we're getting towards the last portion of our podcast. So you want to throw us another tune?
Maybe an original?
Yes.
And then we're going to open up for anyone that's a sub VIP and any $5 donos. You get the opportunity to hop into the podcast for a couple of minutes. We'll keep you timed, and then you get to ask questions, conversate, throw in some topics and stuff like that.
Noises!
For about 15 minutes or so, and then the last 15 minutes we'll close out with our final questions. So.
Noises, you want in? You want to talk about stuff?
So everyone hop into the sub waiting area in the podcast room for all subs, VIPs, and if you've donated $5, let me know, and then I'll get you in the room.
And remember, guys, it's September, so if you want to get that sub, it is cheaper right now. So get in there and get on that.
There he is.
I love him. Look at him. He's good.
He's on it.
He's on it, baby.
I try to promote as much as possible because I don't care about subs or bits or anything on my channel. All I care about is people coming in, listening to music, and having a good time. I like to show people my band and other bands and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you guys the heaviest song that Sons of Cain has. And one thing I will tell you about Sons of Cain is that a lot of our songs are really long for no good reason because we have an insane amount of like long intros. So this is no joke, or this is no different. The song is called West Harrison. This is from some of the guys' older band called War Nerve, and we just redid it for our sake. And it's a banger. So
right,
everybody enjoy.
Awesome.
About that part. There we go. Many tempo changes. I hope you like them. Rivers rising from the downpouring blood. Houses washing away in all of its blood. The blood signs are rolling down the hill. I'm watching horror as the trail fails. The river rapids running through the town. Without a single sign of slowing down. Drop into the nation rain. The fluid washes through and sweeps
Those tempo changes are no joke for sure.
They do that to me in every song.
That's
They're like,
why.
hey, let's do this part, and then like they're always like, okay, Ross, you do that halftime feel thing. It's like, do I have to do it in every song?
Breakdown.
I went back and listened, and yeah, there's at least one point in every song where I have to do that.
Wow. So yeah, everyone, this is the moment you guys can hop into the sub waiting area on the Discord. If you want to ask Rooster any questions or have any questions for us, and or have a topic you want to tackle as well, feel free to pop in. You guys have a little bit of time on the clock to conversate with us.
Man, Discord, join the Discord, and then go into the waiting room.
The sub waiting area.
Making money. Thanks for the gifted subs to the Larry dude. Our dude Larry.
Yeah.
Our new friend Larry. Larry!
Larry is a solid dude. I will say that much.
And commanding drums. Dan. Dano.
And also noises. Noises, if you want to come in, come
Make
hop
some
in.
noise.
Come make some noise for noises.
Make some noise.
What I do.
I wonder if that'll work on mine, because I can actually do that too.
Oh, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it at the same time. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. I was like tripped out for a second.
That was sick.
I'm still trying to get my mic to behave.
Getting the offset air horns, people are going to be like, what is going on here?
It's a party.
Hey, Larry, this is your moment. If you want to hop in and say hi. Maybe it's a foreshadowing of what will come.
Maybe.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Nudge.
So yeah, this is fun. I'm glad you're on here, and you gave us some fun insight to your music and to your background and your setup. And so wait, you haven't really tackled your acoustic kit setup though.
Yeah, the acoustic kit is it's pretty much similar to this. The only difference is that I have a China cymbal, and I don't have that on here. But it's just a basic 4-piece setup. The one thing I will talk at length about is my snare drum, because I have a snare drum that they don't make anymore.
Oh, what's that?
It is a D-drum golf ball snare.
Golf ball?
It's a metal shell. It's got dimples in it. It looks like a golf ball.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Oh.
It's a 13-inch snare drum, so it's not your standard 14-inch, but it has this like really pronounced, because it's a pretty tall shell, so it's got a really pronounced like pop sound. And I love the sound that it makes, just because it makes this like pop. It's more of a pop than a crack, but like it's loud enough to where you definitely hear it when somebody hits it. But yeah, it's just crazy that they don't make it anymore. Like, you can't find one anywhere.
I gotta see a picture of that. Have I seen that one when we went shopping for cymbals?
No, they don't make them anymore.
Yeah,
so it's special.
I've had a couple snare drums here and there since then, but none of them come close to that one. It's like, it's got the power and like loudness of a piccolo snare, but then it's got the control of like a bigger, like fatter snare. Because it also has like 14 portholes in it.
Portholes?
Yeah, I don't know why it has so many holes in it. It's got dimples and portholes.
It's got a lot to air out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we got someone in the sub waiting area. We're gonna drag him in here. We got commanding drums Dan. Let's see what he has to say.
Commanding drums, we command you.
Commanding
to
drums.
speak.
Let me give you a roll so you can.
He needs to give you a roll first, so you
there.
can't
Hold
speak
on.
it.
Sorry. This is my thing here. One sec. Podcast.
And while you're doing that, so Ross, I gotta ask you a question. What is most of your streams you play rock, heavy metal, prog, right?
Actually, I do more like, regular classic rock music. I do a lot of funk and pop music, indie music. I do pretty much a little bit of everything. I have no problems with metal, but I know plenty of other people around here that play metal. So I always try to tell people, like, if you're going to have me play metal, definitely check these guys out. But like, I really like country music myself, like some of the old 90s country music, and there's not a lot of charts for it, but the ones that there are for, I usually try to play at least one per stream.
All right, Dan, you have your mic muted. You can unmute. We got 2 minutes on the clock for you. What you got?
I'm not sure what I'm doing.
You don't know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. You are on right now.
You're here to hang out.
Hello, everybody.
And you're on the clock. So what's your question, Commanding Drums?
I didn't know I was supposed to have a question ready.
Oh, well, you got 2 minutes to think about one.
This isn't like our late night show. This is like a timed. You're timed.
Yeah,
so you
got 2
go.
minutes.
Go.
You're on the spot, boy.
I must have maybe missed the part where you described some of your influences for the drums.
Drumming influences.
Mainly, it's like, a lot of old punk drummers. Marky Ramone, Tommy Ramone, Vinnie Paul. I know he's not a punk drummer, but like a lot of the old rock and roll. Frank Beard from ZZ Top, obviously, and definitely Bill Ward from Black Sabbath.
That's cool. When you think about
just a lot of the... Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, when you think about your drumming and where you've come from, where you are now, and what you do, what is it about your drumming these days that excites you? What parts do you like to see yourself understand better and improve on? And then when you make those improvements, you get those moments that's like, hell yeah, I've got to, here, I've gotten to here, I'm understanding this, or I'm pushing myself in this direction. Okay. Whether it's dynamics, or it's your mastery of time signature, or it's your ability to compose a whole album, or record better, or what's pushing you these days?
Good question.
That's a really long question.
It's a good question, but I'll try to answer it. Basically, the thing that's pushing me right now is just doing the stream and like trying to get people into drums, into listening to drums, and kind of like, if anybody asks me stuff in streams, I always tell them, hey, I'll tell you how to do this. Ask me about drums. But that is what basically keeps me going. I mean, playing in the band and stuff like that. I'm a field drummer, so I play by feel, so I don't have a lot of knowledge with time signatures, but I just try to play what feels good, and if it feels good and it sounds good, I'm good with it.
Nice. Dan, thanks for hanging out in the questions. 2 minutes are up. I appreciate you giving us our time.
We love you, Dan.
Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, I love how he squeezed in like 5 questions.
Yeah, he's like, tell us everything.
It's like electric round. Like
that's awesome.
Yeah, I love Dan.
He was definitely ready for the rapid fire.
Oh yeah,
rapid fire right there.
Yeah, he's good with it.
He's great. He's a really big supporter here on Twitch for sure.
Appreciate you, Commanding Drums.
I'm still waiting for him to drum like often so I can get him on and he can be a guest. It's always open. It's always open for him whenever he's ready. So the question was, and I think you pretty much summed it up. You play everything. You're pretty open to all kinds. I mean, even country, y'all. So, I was going to ask you if there's a genre, if there's a type of music or song that you're just like, absolutely not. I will not play that. Go somewhere else.
Well, there's certain bands I do have blacklisted,
okay.
But that's mainly because of their actions outside of their band and stuff like that. Stuff that you hear in the news, and when you hear about it, it's like, no thanks. Plus, a lot of like the really, really hard technical death metal, I can't play it. I can't play it on guitar or bass. I mean, I will make an attempt. Somebody has requested the Faceless once or twice, and I got about 80% of it. Somebody requested a Cannibal Corpse song, and I completely blew it. But I'll give it a try. But if it's not jiving with me, I'm not going to play any more of it.
Okay.
So we got the Dalt guy. I'm going to give him the role so he can open up his mic to conversate. This is the Larry dude.
Larry.
So let me set him up here. And I had to give him a VIP because he couldn't access the room. Because you gotta get your Twitch set up with your Discord. The Dalt guy, your mic is hot now, so you got 2 minutes on the clock. What do you got?
All right. So, Rooster, which 90s album is your most influential album to you?
Oh,
Ooh, I
90s
like it.
90s.
Well, I'd say as far as 90s, that would be around where, Pantera started to shine. Vulgar Display Power is definitely a favorite of mine. I do really enjoy most of the stuff on Far Beyond Driven, but I would have to say it's probably Vulgar Display Power, because that one was the one where the pinnacle of Pantera started like hitting the heights of their fame. Plus it has, all the classics. It's got Walk, it's got, fucking Hostile, and Hollow, the last track on Vulgar Display Power, great song. If you want to get into Pantera, besides all the stupid, that's one of those where I separate the art from the artist, because they've done some stupid stuff. They're from Texas, obviously, but
They're Texans, y'all.
Yeah, check out Vulgar Display Power. It's a good mix of like what they did, and that's probably my go-to 90s album if I had to pick one.
That's awesome. Larry, because I like you can ask one more question and tell us when you're going to stream the next time you're going to stream.
Yes.
It'll probably be tomorrow.
What time?
I usually stream pretty early, so around 12 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. Awesome. One more question.
What is your most influential pop punk album?
Pop punk.
Oh, okay.
Good
question.
You think he's going to try to stump me with this one, but I have an answer for this one. It is "Take This to Your Grave" by Fall Out Boy. That's the pop punk album for me, because Miranda's favorite band is Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy are from Chicago here in Illinois, and it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, that album is just a like wall to wall bangers too. So
very nice. All right, Dalt Guy, thanks again for giving us your time. Your 2 minutes are up. I appreciate you, and I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, Larry.
Everybody check out the Larry Dude on Twitch.
Yeah, go follow him. He's awesome. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, so our 15 minutes of time for subs and everyone to pop in and conversate is up. So we're going to have the last 15 minutes with final questions. And your final question that you like to ask.
Okay, so I ask everybody this question. If you've seen the podcast before, you're either ready and you're like, all right, I got this, or it might be really easy or really hard. So let's see. It's the 12 songs to the soundtrack of your life that describe you in a whole. If you had an album with all the songs that inspired you, that made you think of life in a whole, 12 songs to the soundtrack of your life.
Yeah, and that's a hard. I read that in the information. I was just like, man, that's gonna be a hard one, because I listen to and try to play everything from country to rock to bluegrass to ska music, and there's just so many songs, and I'm always constantly picking up new songs here and there. Like when people come in and do requests and stuff, it's just like, oh, that's a cool song, and I go and check out the band. But like, essentially, you can break me down to 3 bands: the Misfits, the horror punk legends, ZZ Top, and Pantera. So if I had to pick songs, I'll pick 4 from each of them. So 4 ZZ Top songs would definitely have to be LaGrange, because it's a classic. There is a song that they do that I really love. There's actually 2 songs, but I'm going to count it as one, which is "Waiting for the Bus" and "Jesus Just Left Chicago."
Hey,
Woo, got
another follow.
Yes.
That's Bruddy right there.
Oh, awesome. He's awesome.
That's his nickname, by the way, Bruddy.
Bruddy. He gave him a nickname. We love him.
But yeah, "Waiting on the Bus" and "Jesus Just Left Chicago" are 2 songs, but they do go together. Like every time they play it live, they always play those 2 together. It's just a thing that happens that goes together. And of course, those 2 were off the same album. But then, of course, there's Tush from the Fandango album, which is just a great song about a dude just trying to be a dude. And then there's another song that's not on. I'm trying to think of songs that are on Tres Hombres, but there's one off of Recycler called "Double Back," which is a really cool song that was featured in Back to the Future Part 3. That movie. ZZ Top was actually in the movie. They played the band during the little Wild West Fair thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that song is just I don't know, it just brings back memories like when because my dad had the tape, and like we'd always listen to it, and that's just one of the songs that always caught with me. So that's 4 ZZ Top songs. Now let's go 4 Pantera songs.
Woo!
First off, my favorite Pantera song is a song called Floods. It's off Great Southern Tranquil. It's a very
Oh
epic
man.
song. It has this outro lead that is just amazing sounding. It's just great.
That's one of my favorites too.
Another song is one off of Far Beyond Driven, but it's not anyone that people would think, you think like Becoming or, I'm Broken or something like that. No, it's their cover of Planet Caravan by Black Sabbath, the last song on the album. Amazing. I mean, Dime's guitar playing on it, Phil's vocals, just like everything fits the vibe, and it does the song that it covers good. It doesn't like try to over embellish or anything. So that's 2 for Pantera. Number 3 would have to be off of Vulgar Display Power. Like I said, the last song on that album called Hollow, it's like a sad tale, but like it goes from like a sad somber song, and then it picks up to like a more angry song because the guy's best friend died. So basically he's just angry, and like there's a part where he just screams mad at God, and it's like, damn, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then number 4 off of the Cowboys from Hell album is a song called Clash with Reality, which obviously it's a song about a clash with getting out of fantasy land and hitting reality in the face. But great song, awesome riffs. Yeah, so there's four Pantera songs. The Misfits songs are gonna be the hardest ones to pick because like there's not a lot of real quality content in their music. It just sounds cool to me. So like number 1, obviously I'm gonna say Skulls because that's one of my favorite Misfits songs. It's just, I mean, he wants your skulls. It's as simple as that. Danzig was not real heavy in the lyrical department with some of these. Like, I mean, when you get into like Who Killed Marilyn and stuff like that. But yeah, Skulls is a good one. Another good one that's just like a straight up banger is London Dungeon, because it's about zombies and stuff like that. And that's just kind of cool. And then the other 2 are from the Michael Graves era of Misfits. The first song that I learned to sing and play is a song called Descending Angel. And it's just a great song. It's about a descending angel, an angel that falls from heaven. And then the other one is a song called Dig Up Her Bones. It's just a catchy, fast punk tune, and it's, it's kind of got this real creepy vibe, the way Michael Graves does his vocals and stuff. I actually got to meet Michael Graves. We went to one of his shows where he did he put the makeup on and did a bunch of Misfits songs that he wrote and stuff, and I got to meet him after the show. It was super cool.
That's sick.
That's amazing.
Great list too.
Wow, that's solid.
Just out of the 4 bands or 3 bands, the songs that you chose is actually a pretty solid list of songs.
Sluts is my favorite. It's so crazy because I used to cover that as a teen, that song, when I used to have a band, and I was like, I'm doing so
it's an amazing song. Plus, like, not even just the outro lead, like the actual solo in the song. It makes you feel stuff. It's amazing.
It does. Yeah, that's my favorite. So when you said that, I was like, oh, my heart.
It hits.
Yes, it hit me.
Oh yeah, it definitely hits.
So do you have like a favorite song that you like to play on the drums, like that you would love, like like when you want to showcase yourself and your ability, and you actually absolutely enjoy playing it? Like what would be that song?
And see, that one's shifted a lot because it used to be songs that I actually played and wrote on the drums, like Sons of Cain tunes and stuff like that, and tunes from Groove Tang. But we don't have anything recorded that I'm on for Groove Tang Dynasty. But lately, it has been this song, and my singer Jess, he comes into my streams, and what he calls it Red Clams, because it's by a band from Japan called Maximum the Hormone. The name of the song translates to Hungry Pride, and like these guys are basically Japan's System of a Down.
Oh wow!
Their drummer is insane. This lady is insane. Her brother is the guitar player / co-vocalist. And like they have this dynamic because brother and sister, and they just like the riffs he comes up with and the drum beats she comes up with.
Oh man!
But like the song goes from being like intense to like kind of calm, and then it goes intense again, and then right at the end it has this like ride snare blast beat thing that I never thought I could actually do, but I've played it so many times now that I've got it almost down to a T.
Nice.
And that has currently been my favorite song to play, just because like I know all the parts of it. I don't know anything they're saying because it's all in Japanese, But
Wow, Japanese band.
That song is just hype.
Yeah. Do you wanna take us out on that song?
You know what? Let's do it. Let me,
All right.
let me get the thing fired up
So
here.
before you do that, we're gonna say our final words.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out. I think there was only 2 more questions in there. I know I wanted to ask you, what are your favorite sticks of choice?
Well,
rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
So sticks
Yeah,
of choice, and then
I use 7. Yeah, I use 7A sticks, but these are actually my own sticks. I had a deal with a drumstick company.
Nice. You got
Ooh.
custom sticks
Yeah.
made.
Let's go.
The only custom thing about them is that they have a thing called the secondary striker, so they got like a little ball right here, so you can actually hit like the ride bell easier. And they have my name on them.
What's the company?
Let us know.
It's XCEL, XCEL drumsticks.
Very nice.
They're out of Milwaukee, I believe.
And Commanding Drums has what's your would-be choice of cymbal brand you use?
Well, I actually had a deal with a cymbal company not too long ago too. I was using Soultone cymbals. They cut me a deal where I got like 70% off a retail, which it's basically the pyramid scheme thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'd heard their cymbals. Nick Menza from Megadeth was one of the guys that played their cymbals. Dude from Guns N' Roses, not Matt Sorum, the other guy that I can't.
I'm drawing a blank.
His last name's Adler, but it's not. It's not Chris Adler from Lamb of God, but it's Steven Adler, I think is his name. But yeah, he plays Soultone cymbals. But yeah, I've been playing those. Normally before that, I would just get like cheap Zildjians, and they would just keep breaking on me. So I don't have a whole lot of love for Zildjians, but Meinl cymbals. The company from Germany, MEINL. I've had a couple of them. They've made some good stuff.
Larry had a question he wanted to ask you. Larry, what was the question?
Larry!
He said, I just thought of a question.
Larry!
Dang
Larry!
it. Larry!
Give it to me! Hurry up!
Dang it, Larry!
Hells yeah, Mino, yeah, we love them.
He's probably typing his
Yeah,
ass off
they're-
right now. Oh!
I know, he's like, oh shit! Wait, hold on. Okay, another lightning.
Oh yeah, Metal Cohen from she does YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Does a bunch of covers, so she plays Soultones.
Her band, the band that she came out with, the music and stuff was actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
3 horror films that are your favorite, because we're getting into the whole. You have a show in October, and it's a horror thing, right?
So as far as horror films, there's a lot of them that are really good. I just recently watched the first Return of the Living Dead again, and for the comedy value, that one's good. So I'll pick that as one of them. And of course, I have always been a fan of the. Trust me, if you've never seen it, watch it. It's hilarious.
I know. It's like the Freddy Krueger movies. We were so scared as children, but it's really funny when you watch it as a grown up.
Well, and that's the thing I was getting ready to say. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, the one with the Dream Warriors.
Yes.
That would be a good one, just because it's the introduction to people that can actually fight Freddy.
Lucid
And then
dreaming.
I'm a big fan of the Friday the 13th series, and it's hard to pick one because they're all so cheesy. But if I had to pick one, I'm going to pick 6, which is Jason Lives. It's after the 5th one, which was like a commercial flop. But Tommy Jarvis is older now, and he accidentally resurrects Jason, and there's just some real dumb stuff in that one.
Whoops.
I remember. Yeah, it's
But
hilarious.
one thing that's very important about that Friday the 13th Part 6 is that you find out that Jason will not kill kids.
Ah.
Because there's a bunch of kids at the camp, and he finds them, but since he died as a child, he won't kill kids. He's only after like counselors and adults.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
That's why in Part 4 Tommy Jarvis was able to kill him, because he was a child.
It's crazy.
And then the last
Indeed.
question, Larry, dude, have you met a celebrity you haven't had a good experience with?
Oh.
Well, not really. I mean, I can't really think of anything that's been like a bad experience. I've heard that the dude from Disturbed is kind of an asshole, but that's only secondhand knowledge from somebody. But mostly I've had good experiences with people. I met Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie was really cool. I've met all the guys in the band Down. So Phil Anselmo, Rex Brown, Jimmy Bauer from Crowbar, and I Hate God, and Superjoint Ritual, and then Pepper Keenan from Corrosion and Conformity. All pretty solid dudes. They were all really cool, chill guys.
Pretty sick.
The guys from Shadows Fall. I met all those guys. They're really cool.
Nice. Well, Rooster, you've been a blast. I enjoyed having you on here, having the questions.
I appreciate you guys putting me on, man.
So when can we catch you this week again, live?
It'll be sometime tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, just because I don't know exactly what all I got to do tomorrow, but it'll either be at my regular time, which is sometime around 7 p.m. Eastern for you guys, or it might be sometime in the daytime. I don't know.
Beautiful.
But,
well,
but it's usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday,
That's when
Wednesday,
you can most
Friday.
of the time catch me.
I hope you have a great Labor Day when you do so and jam out. Make sure you're barbecuing at all?
No, but that is the good thing about my birthday. If it ever is on a Monday, since it's September 1st, it's always Labor Day.
Nice.
Or
Perfect.
it's a weekend, and then Labor Day happens on the next Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I knew you was gonna be a total blast to hang out with. You're awesome. You're sweet. You're a rock star, and we love you. And I hope to see you on your next stream. Everybody, give RoosterBeest a follow. Amazing person, musician, and part of the fam now. So we love you, Roost. And I hope
you guys want me to play this song.
Yeah, take us out, Rooster.
take us out with a banger. So RoosterBeest here on YenYorkCity Live. Let's go. Last song of the night.
The song
Thanks,
is by
everybody.
Maximum the Hormone. It's called Hungry Pride, and it's a ride. I'll tell you that much.
Don't
before the storm.
How we fly, how we fly. How we fly, how we fly. How we fly, how we fly.
Hope everybody's ready. Circle pit in the chat.
How we fly, how we fly.